Hi, it's Trisha, and today I'm going to show you how to print and cut with the Cricut Joy using Inkscape. In short, this is what you're going to print, and this is what you're going to save as an SVG to upload to your Cricut to cut with your Joy. Make sure you don't use any stroke on your path, only fill them. On your new document, go to File, Document Properties, and set the size to 6.25 inches by 4.25 inches, as this is the maximum print area for cutting on a Joy. Now let's create two little registration boxes, and we're going to push those to the outer limits of your page using the Align tools. Now we're going to select both of them at the same time and go to Path Union. That's welding them together so they won't move. You can double check and see, yes, they are stuck together. Go ahead and save this as your template. Using that template, let's create your own art. Now I created my own word art. You can upload whatever you like, but you can see I have the registration marks and my art in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and offset my art. Going to Path, Dynamic Offset, and drag the little diamond until it gets to be, this is where your cuts are going to be around your sticker or your print and cut. I'm making mine white because this is what I'm going to be printing, and you don't need to actually print them. They're just there for the cutter to see the nodes, and that's where it's going to cut. You do need to union that path. So this is what we're going to print. I'll show you though that there is a path behind this. The white path is where the Cricut is going to cut. So I'm just showing you here transparently. Your printer is going to print that white outline. Of course you won't see it. We're keeping it there to send this file as an SVG for a cut file. Delete this so that I can print it. And print. Go ahead and trim your printout exactly to the dimensions that we talked about, 4.25 inches by 6.25 inches. And then you will need to trim those little registration marks away from your printout. This will make sense later. Now that you've printed, let's tell Cricut what to cut using the same file. All right, I'm leaving the black box just so you can see everything that we've created. This time, we're only sending cut paths to the Joy. So we're going to delete anything that's colorful because it's not printing. The Joy is just cutting. So select that path and those, and we're going to weld them together, Path Union. At this point I can remove my black box. I'm going to give some color here, and let's remove that stroke so you can see that's what the Joy will cut. Go ahead and save as an SVG for Design Space. Now let's open Design Space and upload that SVG file so that we can cut. The very first thing you'll need to do is place blue painter's tape, or anything really, on the corners of your mat. This is marking where your registration marks will be seen by you, not by the Cricut. This is for you to manually line up your printout onto the mat. Okay, upload your SVG. Go ahead and insert the image. Verify that it's exactly 4.25 by 6.25 inches. Go to the contours feature, turn off everything except the corners. Those are your registration marks. We're going to cut those first. Go ahead and cut on a mat. And this is what you should have once you trim or pull off the rest of the blue painter's tape. You'll see 2 registration marks. I like to make a curved one on the bottom so I know what orientation to load my paper, because believe it or not, sometimes you will load it upside down and it will cut upside down, which won't line up. Okay, go ahead and line up your paper printout, lining up the registration marks. You don't care if the rest lines up or not. Literally only line up the little tiny blue box with that cutout and the little tiny blue rounded box with that rounded cutout. Don't line up anything else regardless of how it printed. This will ensure even if your printout was crooked, your registration marks will match. All right, back in Design Space, we're going to make sure that all your contours are back on. We're going to cut all the cuts now this time. Make sure that you load your mat as straight as humanly possible. And I know on the Joy, it takes a little bit of patience to get it loaded perfectly straight. Here we go. And this is just a piece of paper that I'm cutting. Excuse, there's so much noise in the background. I apologize for that. And here it is. It's only as perfect as well as you can line it up, but it's pretty darn good. Like and subscribe for more craft tutorials. Thank you.